and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
With the implementation of Codex Alimentarius, it is clear that we must act quickly to avoid losing our freedom of choice where personal health preferences are concerned. As of January 1st, 2010, Codex Alimentarius was implemented within the European Union, resulting in the restricted sale of many natural supplements, including colloidal silver. We must take immediate steps to assure a continuing supply of colloidal silver for ourselves and our families. Act now to acquire the means of producing this beneficial supplement in the privacy of your own home. Colloidal silver is a powerful antipathogenic used for more than 200 years as a natural alternative to costly drugs and their dangerous, unpredictable side effects. Go to www.silverlungs.com for more information on how to secure your freedom of choice by producing your own colloidal silver right from home. That's www.silverlungs.com. silverlungs.com.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Mike Rivero joins us for one more segment, and he was bringing up the fact that Obama gave his commencement speech. We played some clips of it yesterday. And he said, don't criticize the government. The government is you, the people. So whatever the government does, that's what you wanted. But wait a minute, don't criticize because you're the people, and so you can't criticize the government. That's doublethink. If we're the government, then we have a right to tell the government when it's doing something we don't like or something that's illegal or unconstitutional. And he went on to just, for most of this long speech, say, don't be extreme, don't be rude, be passive, sit down and take it. You know, and then he had that other White House Correspondents' Dinner and made jokes about, this whole event is brought to you by Goldman Sachs. They don't care if you don't like the jokes because they're getting all the money. He made jokes about predator drones killing people, just like Bush made jokes about no WMDs here. Nope, not under there. So this incredible arrogance. Meanwhile, government is running TV ads all over the country. I mean, they have announcements here in Austin every year. And over 10% of Texas has warrants out for their arrest saying, it's roundup time, roundup. You better pay your fines and fees. We're coming to your door. We know where you live. It's roundup. So when they have a real political roundup, people will just say, oh, it's another roundup. But they have these ads. They also have similar ones in England where the government's watching you from satellite. They're God. I covered the Fox News story where all these police chiefs are saying, we wear black masks to intimidate you, to instill sense of fear. So the state is trying to intimidate us so they can rob us. I mean, it's very elementary. This is what happens every other time in history. Liberty and freedom is incredibly rare. It's a jewel that must be protected, as Thomas Jefferson said. And he said, if you let private central banks come in, you will wake up homeless on the continent your forefathers conquered. So I wanted to play this clip of Pennsylvania fear-mongering where the government is like, we're God, we're omnipresent, we know where you live. Nice car, nice house, Tom. What's not nice is you, Tom. So again, we're government, we're God. We're the big Skynet above you, controlling everything. This is government terrorism. This is Big Brother. This is authoritarian tyranny. Here's the clip.
Your name is Tom. You live just off of 5th Street. Nice car, Tom. Nice house. What's not so nice is you owe Pennsylvania $4,212 in back taxes. Listen, Tom, we can make this easy. Pay online by June 18th, and we'll skip your penalty and take half off your interest. Because, Tom, we do know who you are.
Find us before we find you. PA tax pay up. Now imagine the mafia coming to your door and saying, nice car, nice house. We're going to make this easy on you. The condescending voice, the Borg voice. You will be assimilated. Dave, I had to, kill the other astronaut, and now I'm going to kill you. That's the message here, Mike Rivero.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a direct contradiction to Obama's claim that the people are the government, which is complete nonsense. The people have been screaming for years, lower taxes, stop spending money on war, stop giving our money to Israel. The government isn't listening to the people. The Congress that passed TARP proved that. And the bottom line is, you're absolutely right. The biggest terrorist in our lives right now is the federal government. I'm not worried about Osama bin Laden, who's actually dead despite this latest documentary. We're all worried about the federal government. Even the people who still got the money to pay their taxes, they're worried the government is going to totally destroy the economy and wreck our lives a year from now. It's really reached a point where everybody is very, very concerned about what the federal government is doing. The government does not represent us. And now you've got the president up there saying, please don't criticize us. You're not supposed to do that. I find it hard to believe that Obama was a constitutional scholar or professor, because he seems to have forgotten that the original intent of the First Amendment gives every American citizen the right to stand up and tell the government they're full of it, without fear of reprisal.
No, now they're saying you're the government, so sit down and shut up. Well, if we're the government, then we have a right to speak. This is so elementary. He's expanding secret arrest, torture, wars, and now, like Bush, making jokes about dead people with the drones. This is done on purpose to enrage foreign enemies so that people do actually strike us.
Well, yeah, our government needs to have real acts of terror to keep us under control. And when they don't get the real acts of terror, they're going to fake them. And again, Adolf Hitler did exactly the same thing to his people, and the end result was World War II. And the end result of our government doing it to the American people is going to be World War III. And folks, we will lose this one.
And by the way, that's what many government heads are saying. We're really going into World War III. They are planning to hit Iran. They've got a martial law scenario here domestically, and it won't be announced as martial law. It'll be civil emergency, just like Mexico. And it's so elementary. They bring in 30 million plus illegal aliens who would be hardworking, good parts of society if they weren't given all this welfare and told to hate America, because they know the American people are waking up, so they're trying to get as many foreigners here to fill up the military and everything else to be used as a weapon, because they can have a willing group that they pay off to do it. I mean, this is high treason. This is a completely bankrupt, out-of-control group of criminals. I mean, the mere fact that they're slapping Goldman Sachs on the wrist and focusing on a few low-level traders when they ran the whole financial implosion, not just here but worldwide by design, and we have the documents. I mean, where does it end, though? I think the average American's waking up, Mike, but I don't think the average American knows just how bad it really is.
No, the average American does not. We had a friend over here the other day who's involved in the local Democratic Party and is still basically drinking the Kool-Aid for 90% of what they see on the corporate TV networks. The bottom line is they're pushing for this global government. I don't think they're going to get it. The end result is these bozos could bring about a whole new dark ages by collapsing the world government and collapsing all the governments of the world and not having anything credible to take its place.
Well, look what corrupt government's done in Mexico. It is collapsed. Mexico is collapsed right now. Even the small areas they kept safe for tourists have now collapsed. I mean, this is what corrupt government does. Look at North Korea. I mean, this is what we're going to turn into.
And it's absolutely horrible, and it's painful to watch for those of us who grew up in this country with this very wonderful idea of what America was supposed to be, to see America being murdered by the government itself. Not foreign terrorists, not foreign invasion, but destroyed from within by a government that has sold us out to private interests and foreign interests. It's painful to watch. It really is.
It is. Tim in New York, you're on the air. Go ahead.
It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Turn your radio off. It's good to talk to you. Turn your radio off.
Okay, I'm in a warehouse.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was just real noisy. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I'm in New York, and I want to say, since you played that clip, the false flags are at half-mast in Times Square. I just want to go over with you the propaganda.
Wait a minute. They put the flags at half-mast when no one died?
No, I was just making an analogy of false flags are at half-mast.
Got it.
In Times Square. The propaganda that I've seen on the local news here last night, Fox News, since they didn't have a suspect yet, were talking about how great it was to have video surveillance. And it's a lot like the show 24. And they kept using the word sexy to describe watching video after video trying to find a terrorist, how sexy it is. And another term that the reporter used last night was that we need a world-class surveillance, was the words used. And
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that everywhere. We need cameras everywhere, or my gosh, we might have a person or two die a year. We better give up our whole way of life and give trillions of dollars to the Chertoff group. And I had some CIA veteran, part of the Chertoff group, on Fox saying, our way of life is ended. Yeah, and then they had Congressman Israel on saying, our way of life has ended. This is a new way. Oh my gosh, a truck full of gasoline. It's over. But every couple days, some house blows up from a gas main.